What up, QC crew? King Day is in the mother building.
Run it up was up. JBRISKO not know when was up. Run that shit, we had all the show. Say that shit for your camera.
Warning. Everything said in this video and on this platform is strictly my opinion and all alleged. Here, we speak about hot topics on YouTube and other social media platforms for entertainment and conversational purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
What it do? It is your homie King Day here in King's Corner, and I am back with another reaction video for you. Now look, what up y'all? We are back for part 2 of Who the F Was I Dating? Okay, if you have not checked out part 1, please go back and check out part 1. It gives a full backstory on how they met and how things started to build up and get to where we are right now. As she mentioned last time, this next part we will be talking about the time she kicked him out and the events that happened after that. So look, I ain't gonna hold you no longer. I never do. If you mess with me like I mess with you, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. We're gonna get straight into this video. Let's get it. And go ahead, grab your snacks, grab your meal and all that, because I got me something to eat and I do not want to share. Okay? So go get your own goods. Go get it. Now let go.
All right, y'all. Part 5. I'm trying to get you these parts as quickly as possible, while also trying not to get slightly overwhelmed with the number of calls and text messages. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the outpouring. I appreciate the messages. I appreciate the calls. I appreciate the DMs, y'all. I do. So we left off with that incident, right? So after that incident, I asked him to leave. I'm like, you need to go to your mama house. You need to go do something not here. And in the time that he is gone, he begs, he pleads, he blows up my phone. He's calling me from his job's office. He's like calling my Instagram, calling my Facebook. He is trying all of his ways, to the point where I literally had to go into a work meeting and your boy would not get off the phone because he was like, no, please promise me that you'll take me back. Please promise me I'll do better. I promise, I love you so much. I was inundated with messages and calls, and in the throes of being manipulated as a victim here, what you don't realize is how much you start to sympathize with your abuser, because you believe that you just want to see the good in them, you know? You want to see that they're a good person. You want to see that they're not all that bad stuff that you see. And you start to sympathize with them, and they know that, and they start to break you down and manipulate you, and that's literally what he did. So I allowed him to come back. The following month, we have it out again. Now this time, he was sitting here trying to invite me to an event with his friends. But the way that he worded the invite to me, I guess I didn't understand or interpret the event the way he wanted me to interpret the event. And I ultimately said that I didn't want to attend. I wasn't interested. It was an event with one of his female friends. And the way that he mentioned it was like he wasn't going to be there. And I was uncomfortable. And I said, no, I don't think I really want to. And that set him off. He said, you never want to do anything with my friends. You know, you're boring, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not boring. I just don't think clubbing every 5 seconds is the answer. You know, read a book, my boy. Like, go to a lounge, a museum, something else, an escape room. So he freaks out on me. He's talking to me on the way to work that morning, and he's freaking out. He's screaming. He's calling me out my name several times. And eventually I just grow tired of it. I don't want to be called out my name. It's unnecessary. And I hang up the phone. He calls me so many times. Like, I'm only going to post a snippet for y'all in the next clip. But yeah, he calls me a million times. So a couple times I pick up. And one of the last times I pick up, he's just threatening to kill himself. He's threatening to drive the car off the road with his daughter in the back and to kill himself and his daughter. And he knows that I love that little girl. Y'all know that's my little bro bestie right there, okay? So he knows that by saying certain things or doing certain things, he will get me to soften. He will get me to not be so angry or not be so upset with the things that he's saying to me or how he's treating me. So he uses her constantly as leverage against me to get me to do things, to get me to believe certain things. It's a cycle over and over again. So he knows that by saying that, he's going to get me to stay on the phone longer. And eventually, once I stay on the phone, he starts his thing. He starts his cycle again. He's tripping out. He's losing it. And I hang up again. And the final time I hang up, I'm like, I can't do this with you this morning. Like, this is too much. I'm just trying to get to work. He's threatening to come by my job. He's threatening to sit in the parking lot. He's threatening to call my job 1,000,000 times. He is doing the most. I'm blocking him on my phone, and he's calling from text now numbers. I'm sitting there and I'm blocking him on Instagram. He calls from Facebook. So it's just a mess. So he sends me a text message and he says, the blood is on your hands, because he has just threatened to kill himself and kill his daughter. I respond back in a text message basically saying, look, I hope that you find happiness, but this is not it. I don't want to be treated like this. I don't want to go through this with you. Like, this is too much. I love you dearly, but I can't do this. That is in the next message as well. So we stop talking for the rest of the day. And then when he comes home, he's right on it. He goes upstairs. He sees that I've put her to sleep. I've gotten her together or whatever. I've subsequently agreed to get her from daycare after I said I wouldn't. He is like in on me the moment that he comes in. Now I am laying in the bed. I am already trying to relax for the evening. And he comes in and he is just not happy with the fact that I am not responding to him and I am not engaging with him. So after he snatches my phone out of my hand, he realizes that I pick up the other phone because I'm like, look, you are acting erratic. You need to leave. This is not okay. He throws the phone back at me. He then picks up a cubby, you know, like those 9x9 cubbies, little Amazon cubbies that you put clothes and stuff in them. He picks up one of the empty ones. He throws it, hits me in the face. And after that, then he takes up, then that's when he throws the phone. I'm sorry. He throws the cubby first. Then he throws the phone back at me because he sees me pick up my second phone. And I'm saying, if you do not leave, if you do not go, I am going to call the police. This is ridiculous. So at that point, he takes a book bag. This book bag's got a bunch of plastic buckles on the side. He throws it and hits me in the face. The buckles hit me in the face. What's not shown in the clip beforehand is that he gets so angry with me that he actually pulls the mattress and folds me into the mattress and jumps on it like a human taco. That's crazy. And I have a purple mattress, so it's not like the standard like box springs. It's the gel inside, so they're really, you know, flexible. So he pulls that king size purple mattress and folds me into it and jumps his big ass on top of me. And I'm angry when I get up because I'm like, why would you do that? You could have seriously hurt me. Like, this is ridiculous. Why are you hurting me? Why are you putting your hands on me? Why are you throwing things at me? I'm not doing anything to you to make you feel like you have to protect yourself and do these things to me. So now I'm angry. So now we're arguing. We're going back and forth. Eventually, he does leave the house for the night. He goes, I guess he goes to his friend's Eric's house or some shit. I don't know. Do not care, actually. He leaves the daughter with me and her just continue our night. I'm hoping that she actually stayed asleep during all of this. I think she did. But yes, he leaves. The next morning he comes back and he is adamant that he's going to have this conversation with me. He does not want to leave. He does not want to go. He does not want to go anywhere. And you will see in the clip, he begins to cut himself. He begins to say that he's going to go down the hallway to cut the child. And when I asked, did you hurt her? And he says, no, I never hurt her. And I said, well, why would you say you would kill her? And he says, because I want all of us to die. Because if he's like, basically he's saying if he can't have me, then everybody's got to die. I get his mom on the phone several times. His dad ends up coming down from Laurel. It's a clusterfuck. He's trying to break through my window in my kitchen. He's losing his... It's an absolute nightmare. And it was extremely traumatic. He leaves after that. After this event, he ends up leaving for a while. But I am so traumatized. I have been so abused by this man that when he does leave after I put him out, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I'm crying uncontrollably. I'm hyperventilating. My best friend is coming over and my best friend is like, can't get me to stop and calm down. I'm literally sobbing for hours. And I'm like, did I just ruin the best relationship of my life? If I fucked it up, oh my God, I am the worst. Like, why did I do this? Why am I not just trying to help him more? I'm seriously sitting there and victim blaming myself. And this is a part of the abuse that a lot of people don't talk about, is the sympathy with your abuser. I'm fully going through it at this point. I'm thinking that I am the bad guy. My best friend's trying to reason with me that I'm not the bad guy, but I can't get that through my head. I fully believe in my mind at this point that I am the problem. I am not the problem. Well, I am to an extent, because I didn't see the red flags and do something about it. I didn't hold my own self accountable. I didn't see. Now, I know that a lot of people say, that's not your fault because someone manipulated you. Someone made you into believing this thing about them. But I'm fully believing at this moment that I have fucked everything up. So he comes by the house because my best friend calls him and was like, look, I can't even get her to stop crying. I think you need to come here. He finds his way to my house. He sweet talks me for an hour or two. We talk about it, and he's like, look, I will come back. I will come back. I think we do need a little bit of space. For about a week or so, he still stays at his mom. And eventually we talk about it again. He's like, maybe we do need more space. But I'm still thinking, like, there's no other choice, right? Like, it has to be this. Like, you've been living here. I can't go and have a long distance relationship. I am so jacked up here. So I'm like, no, I don't want to do a long distance, whatever. I want you to come home. I love you so much, blah, blah, blah. And this is where I realized my intuition was trying to tell me something. I realized later on my intuition was trying to tell me something, because I refused to have a long distance relationship. And I truly believe that the reason I did that is because I knew I could not trust this man farther than I could see him. Something in my soul said, if you are not seeing him, he's doing something he has no business doing. But instead of letting it go, I'm so jacked up here that I am fighting for it like an absolute psycho. Later on, he tells his mom, oh, she's controlling. She wanted it to be this way. No, I gave you a choice. I said, we can end this and you can go your separate way. I'll go my way. I'll accept the consequences, but I'm not doing long distance and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, she forced me into it. I didn't force you into doing anything. I told you these are my options. You pick your option. You pick the one that works the best for you. You picked to come back because you wanted to come back. So he comes back, and he's been back for about a week. Things have been smooth. They're going kind of, status quo. They're doing their thing here. And I wake up one Saturday morning and I'm looking at this man while he sleeps. And I'm looking at him as he sleeps. My woman's intuition is screaming. I mean, blaring like little red sirens at the top of my head. And my woman's intuition is saying, go through this man's phone. There's something here that you need to see. And I'm like, I'm not a go through the phone type of girl, because what you do in the dark, it's gonna come out. And I firmly believe in that, but my intuition was eating at me. For 20 minutes, I'm watching this man sleep, and my intuition is saying, go through that phone. Go through it, and you are going to find something that is important for you to know. So I go to let the dogs out, and when I go to let the dogs out, I swipe his phone off the nightstand. I guess the code. The first guess that I had, it was the code to get in there. And I immediately go into the messages. Okay? I'm gonna stop here because I need an entire another 3 parts just to tell you about what I found in the messages, okay? So I'm gonna put another video out with the incident that we just talked about, so y'all can know I'm not fucking making this shit up. I don't care what he says on his social media or what little story time he's trying to do. The footage in my house, it doesn't lie. And furthermore, he knew the cameras were rolling in my house because he was starting to take them down, and he would talk to me through the cameras while I was at work. He was fully aware he was being recorded. There was no secret recordings, just putting that out there. But yeah, I will mentally prepare myself to record the next part. Love you guys. Bye.
So that is why I always say, y'all, do not ignore the red flag. I know sometimes, and I know even in the first part, I was like, maybe I would have let that one thing slide. After I heard an explanation, I might have let that slide, boo bop the bam. But once it continued to happen, it's like you only kind of get one chance with once something similar would have happened again. Automatic red flag. It's just kind of like, what are we doing? And then you get involved, you get in deep, your heart is involved, you love. You're in love, and then things like this where you're blaming yourself for someone else's actions. You're saying, am I the reason? Why can't I just get him some help? Why can't I this? Why can't I that? And truth be told, the whole time, this is something that he needs to work out. He may need a push to get help. Obviously, his family is enabling this behavior. I wonder what the baby mama had to do. If this happened after the baby mama, did he spaz out on her like this? Because if she dealt with something similar, I don't even see why she would allow her child to be around. Like, when did he start acting out and showing out? And you know, sometimes it hurt, but when you love someone and you want to help them, you got to be at a distance. Get him the help and y'all take a break. See if he can get his stuff situated in order, and then maybe revisit. Because whatever is going on, a simple talking to him or apology or all that's not going to fix it. It's much deeper. It's much deeper. So that's why we can't ignore the red flags, because we be thinking, okay, that's minor, that's little, that ain't nothing, that ain't important, that ain't. And then you come to realize that, whoa, this is actually a really big deal. There's an issue here. There's a problem. Something much too great for me to solve myself. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look and see what footage she got for us.
Bro, you don't hear me talking to you, bro? You don't hear me talking to you? Bro, you don't hear me fucking talking to you, bro?
He came home upset after we disagreed, and he threatened to drive his car off a cliff and unalive both himself and his daughter. I'm exhausted from constantly fighting for my life with this man. He snatches my phone from me.
You don't care? I'm talking to you, bro. You really acting like this right now?
Give me my phone, Darrell.
Fuck you! You laughed at me! You laughed at me! You laughed at me! You're such a weirdo, bro. Me and my daughter gone, bro. You ain't gotta call her. You don't care?
You're gonna keep acting like a fucking abusive asshole. Please, please.
I'm acting abusive.
Because I laughed?
Yes!
You're calling me emotional?
You are!
You should try to live at your mom's house for a little while until we can figure out if this is really for us. Because I don't really think that you want this.
You're just gonna keep putting distance away?
Because you do this every time as a way to get me upset or to
I don't give a fuck about you. I'm gonna kill myself. I love Brittany. She don't understand that shit. She don't care how much I love her. I'm just brought my fucking mom into it. You instead of making sure that I'm not fucking bleeding out, nigga.
Think about the fact that maybe someone
Just brought my fucking mom into it. You instead of making sure that I'm not fucking bleeding out, nigga.
Think about the fact that maybe someone loves you enough to say that they want the other people in your life that love you.
You don't care that you hurt my feelings. They're not gonna answer. They don't give a fuck. I'm gonna kill her. Bro. No, I didn't. Don't ever speak that.
Then why would you say you want to kill her?
Because I wanted her to die. You know what? She's lying. I would never hurt my daughter.
You were abusive. It is an act. You may have that act, but I am not labeling you as an abuser. The act, I'm not, you know what, I can't do this. If you need to call 911 or whatever, do what you gotta do, but I cannot do this with you, Darrell.
You fucking worry about her.
What?
Don't nobody give a fuck about her. I'm finna run my car off a fucking cliff. Fuck y'all.
Why would you send that to your brother?
Because everybody think I'm not gonna do it. Y'all think I'm some big ass bluff. But when I do it, how niggas really gonna feel? Come on, Hazel. I'm not acting erratic. Brittany just don't. The moment that... Bro, I locked the door. I will leave. Just give me my...
To kill himself. He is threatening to kill me. Do not open my window, Darrell.
Why are you lying
Do
to me?
not
I
open
didn't
my
threaten
window.
to kill nobody. What are you lying for?
Get away from the window.
Lying.
Darrell,
On heart. Pull up the footage then.
put
Pull up
my
the footage.
window down.
Let me get my daughter so I can leave.
You are acting crazy. She doesn't need to be around that.
But I'm not about to...
No. Sit outside and relax.
No.
Take a breather.
Why? No.
Yes. Stop. You're breaking it.
Why are you paying me up just now? You didn't do nothing. You didn't get upset and walk downstairs and completely disregarded what the fuck I was saying? So you didn't tell my mom that shit, did you? You just painted me up to be the... I'm not a productive...
Get out of my window.
Let me get my shit so I can leave.
Get out of my window, Darrell. Get out of my window. Get out of my crazy, and you're threatening to harm her. I'm not putting that child in harm's way.
But what about me? You don't give a fuck about that.
You're an adult, Darrell.
So I could die. You not give a fuck? It's okay. Y'all are condoning this shit. You are condoning it.
This behavior is not okay, Darrell.
Why is she playing this damsel in distress act like I'm really doing something? But she's lying to you, Mom. She didn't even do nothing. She told me to leave her alone. I slammed the door and I left. That was it.
Okay, well, whatever the reason is.
Hey, son. Bro, why are you doing this?
Go sit in the gazebo until you...
That's guilty, man. First thing you like that? Oh, man.
Bro, give me my daughter. She locked me out of the house.
I don't even want to stand by the window because I don't even want to see you.
Come to the window. And I hope he's locking me out the fucking house.
Look how you're acting.
I can't go nowhere with my child inside the fucking house. I don't know what she gonna do to her, but she need to let me in the house. This nigga don't nothing. This nigga don't nothing. This bitch is ready to give me my kid. No, by itself, my own mother fucking abandoned me, nigga. What are you talking about? Bro, you don't hear me talking to you, bro? You don't hear me talking?
Okay, so she says he's trying to come up with some sort of story time or something for his side, or, you know, whatever. I'll take a look into it and see what he has to say for himself. But, I mean, we can listen to someone tell a story all day, pick sides, be biased. Footage don't lie, unless it's AI, you know, and I don't know if I believe it's AI. I don't think it's AI, okay? The way he's acting, yeah, I definitely would have been a little frightened for my life and the child's life. Question is, and maybe we'll get to it in the next part, did she call the police? Because you're out there pulling and tugging on everything, trying to come through the window, banging on the door. You almost broke the damn stairway outside. You're out of control. You're acting completely out of control, right? So I wonder if she called the police. What would you guys have done? Y'all let me know.
I'm going to address a couple of these comments before we move to the next part of the story.
Okay.
I understand that people are only seeing a snippet, and I haven't posted the full story just yet. As far as calling the child's mother, in the conclusion of this, the child is no longer with him. The child is safely back with her mother, and I orchestrated that. As far as calling the police, anytime that I would seek to call for help, call for police, whatever, this man would block my pathway so I couldn't get to my phone. He would take my phone. He would threaten. He would follow me from place to place. He would, make it so that I couldn't even call because they were he was literally blocking the doorways. If I'm standing there talking, he's screaming over top of me, and then when his parents, his mother in particular, got word that I had called the police one time, she was like, well, why did you call on him? And it was a whole thing. You also have to remember that this is not an overnight thing. This man is making a point to manipulate and abuse me and to lie to me, even on the things that you guys aren't seeing on the camera. There is a level of fear that exists with this man. Him standing in front of me with a knife I don't want to provoke him and make him angrier by calling the cops dead ass in front of him, because it's going to take them time to get to me. That gives him time to hurt me, to hurt the baby. So what I attempt to do is kind of de-escalate, allow him to sit down, calm down, get himself together. That's what I want to do, because that is the safer option for me at the moment. If he does not care about his life, he damn sure don't care about mine, and he definitely demonstrated to y'all that he doesn't care about his child's life. So in my thinking, I'm in a panicked state. So my thought is de-escalate, and then you're able to safely make the move that you need to make. So I'm not just allowing this man to just run rampant. There's a thought process that's going with this. And those who have been in abusive relationships, they understand that thought process is not always correct. It's a little skewed because you're being manipulated. You're being abused. Your thought processes are not the normal thought processes of a human. Well, not a human, but a normal person that's not in an abusive relationship. And these are also things that I learn in therapy. Therapy is a big part of my journey, talk therapy. And I also end up having to, go on anxiety medication, and that also helps with these type of things. In that process, I understand that fight or flight process, and I understand how being diagnosed with complex PTSD does literally change your brain chemistry. I have read some studies on it. I have read a couple of articles on it. I've talked to professionals in the business about how complex PTSD does change your brain chemistry, and it changes the way that you react to certain things. This is what you're seeing is literally complex PTSD. It's me being sympathetic for someone who's actually harming me, someone who's actually putting me in danger. Why am I sympathetic? I looked at that footage later, looking at how sympathetic I was towards this man. I realized what hold he had on everything going. He wasn't like this all the time. He would love bomb. He would be amazing. He would do nice things for 2-3 weeks, and then the moment something picks him off, there we are. We're here again. And when you love bomb people, it confuses them. It puts them in a state of not knowing which way is up, essentially. And this was his tactic over and over and over again. When things are going good, when I'm doing what he says, when I am behaving, when I am being obedient, that everything's good. This is not happening. These things in this video, they're not happening. And in the moment that I am no longer behaving or being obedient, these things are ramping up. And they start with a small thing. They start with, calling me out my name. They start with, just kind of blocking my path through the house. This man would make it so that I couldn't even walk down my own steps. This is my house. This is not his house. His name is not on this house, and he pays no bills here. So people talking about, oh, you should have left. I'm not leaving him here, because let me tell you what he also does. When he doesn't get his way, he trashes your home. Mm-hmm. And I guess in this instance, I just found myself so confused and so, I don't know what the word is, like the adrenaline is going in these instances. And my thought process is, if I can de-escalate this situation, I can calm him down. I can get him maybe to potentially leave the house to calm down, and kind of make this situation a little bit better. I was very cognizant of the child being in the background, and a lot of times I ended up pulling her door closed or saying, look, we shouldn't do this in front of her, but it didn't matter. He would just escalate even more. I don't care that she's in there. In future clips, you will see how he includes her into this. This man, we had multiple conversations in that small clip. I also want to address, the clips are small because it's blink cameras, and blink cameras, they record in 10-second clips. So when you get the clip, it's because the movement has activated the cameras, and that's when it does. There are 13 cameras on my property, inside and outside my home. They are there for shit like this. They were put up because I was living by myself. I had concerns. I had an ex that was doing wild things, and I put them up in an effort to protect myself. The one in particular in the bedroom is manually turned on. It does not run 24/7. It is a manual turn on. And in the instances where you're seeing me in the bedroom is because I have grabbed my phone because his behavior has ramped up, and I have manually turned that camera on. It does not run consistently. That camera and Yeah, that camera is the only one at the time in the house that's not running manually, because I don't want people to be able to see me while I'm asleep. Sometimes it's not even plugged up. A lot of the times he would unplug a lot of these cameras. He would take the batteries out of a lot of these cameras. He would take the cameras down when he was about to go do something. So every act of abuse is not caught on these cameras. There are reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I know that I don't owe anybody else a reason, but I wanted to make sense to you guys, because it's not just me being compliant. It's me thinking about the consequences of not being compliant. It's me thinking, what is he going to do to my car? Because he attempted to slash all the tires to my car. He has attempted to break things in this house. He has attempted to harm me in other ways. And when I am dealing with this man, I am attempting to think through in a moment how to handle this the most peaceful way. And looking back on it, absolutely, I saw all the red flags. Absolutely. And I held myself accountable for missing those. And I just want you to know, like, though I am having this story, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm brutally honest. And I'm honest about me too. Because I miss shit. I miss signs. I miss things that I shouldn't have. I let shit slide I shouldn't have. I let a lot of things happen because I didn't identify them immediately as red flags. As they are happening one by one in a singular instance, especially if I would ask about certain things or I would question certain things, he had an answer for everything. Everything made sense. Everything was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Everything was orchestrated to the point where if I asked or if I questioned about it, he had a response. It made it sound normal. And not to mention, especially the things with his child's mother, I am being told by him, his mama, his sister, and daddy, that she is a horrible person. I don't know this woman personally. And clearly at this point, he had dealt with both of us, and the picture that I am getting from everyone is that she's a horrible person. She's a horrible mother. She's not stable. She's jumping around all the way. She doesn't have a job. She's taking the baby from him because of the fact that she's upset that I'm in the picture. These are the things that are being echoed to me, and eventually I begin to believe them to the point where I echo some of them. This is something I have admitted to, showed proof of later on to the child's mother. I hid none of that. Things that I said about her, I told her, dead ass, because these are the things that I was echoing from them. These are if someone's family, someone in them, they're all saying the same thing, eventually you're going to start believing those things too. So I did not believe the child was safe with her mother. I also wanted to give this man a chance to be a father, but what you guys are seeing is a trauma response. It's a response to consistently being abused over and over again. Me stonewalling him, not talking, me shutting down, because this man is screaming at me. This man has made it a sport to scream at me. It doesn't matter if I scream back. It doesn't matter if I fight back for myself. And actually, when I fight back and I stand up for myself, I get treated worse. So I have learned to just sit there and take it. You see me asking him not to touch me in the bed is because I don't like to be touched during conflict. He knows this. That's why he's picking at me like a 5-year-old. He's attempting to get me to respond or react to him in a way where he can go and say, oh my God, she's crazy. She did something to me.
She's the reason
That's
why
what
I'm
he's
like
attempting
this.
to do.
Yeah.
This is why I'm stonewalling him. This is why I'm not giving him the big reaction, because I know that when I finally do flip out and give him the big reaction, I am going to be the bad guy. I am going to be the one that flipped out and did something to him. That's what he did in the mountains when he held me down against my will. And he does it again in another incident. It is his thing. He calls his mom, he calls his daddy, he calls his sister, he calls his friends. He tells them she's crazy. She's done something to me. And when he doesn't mention that he's beat the shit out of me, that he's hit me. He doesn't mention that though. So it's not as cut and dry as everyone wants to make it seem. And then when you have been in an abusive relationship and you have been conditioned to respond a certain way, this is what happens. And this is why we're here today. This is why I'm making it known. This is why I'm putting the footage out, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm not cutting the footage to make it look a certain way. If I could really give y'all hours and hours and hours and hours of footage, I would. But a lot of that footage is, number one, includes a minor. Number two, it is way too graphic for the internet. And number three, it's very personal. And reliving some of this to tell the story is extremely traumatic. I am taking breaks in between this because sometimes when I finish recording for y'all, I go cry. It's important for me to share this because it's important for me to let other people know that they're not alone. It's important for me to also let people know that this man is walking out on the streets. He's looking for his next victim. He's on all the apps. And when we get to the end of this story, you will understand the importance of why I decided not to be quiet anymore and why I decided to speak up. Because originally I was just going to shut up, take my L for missing the red flags, and keep it pushing. And things happen towards the end of the story where you see I changed my mind because I realized that by staying quiet, you are allowing your abusers to go do it to someone else. And I don't want this man to be able to do this to any other woman. No other man. Nobody deserves this level of treatment. And I don't give a solid care for those who don't understand. But those who know, those who have been in abusive relationships, those who understand how it alters your brain permanently, they know. They know why we're here. And they know why I'm doing it out loud. I appreciate the comments. I see all your message requests. I see all the comments. And I even have been getting other things on personal accounts. I appreciate everyone's feedback. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Did I make mistakes along the way? 1,000%. 1,000%. And I paid for those mistakes. But I'm trying to make awareness so that the other people that come in contact with this man, or even people that are in similar situations, they don't have to. All right, let's get back to the regularly scheduled programming so I can let y'all know what's been happening.
All right, part 6.
So, we're back. I go through this man's phone. I guess the code. I am anticipating that what I'm going to find is this man cheating. My woman's intuition was just on fire. It was just like, you need to go through this phone. There's something that you're missing. There's something that you need to see. And when I open his message, I immediately go to his messages. And when I open his messages, I find this man has been on an app called Tiami. I had no clue what that app even was. And what I find out is that app is an LGBTQ
I'm about to
app.
say, ain't that one of our apps?
And he has been meeting up with transgender women behind my back. I see him asking, are they a top? Are they a bottom? Do they like to get pegged? Can he get on his knees and please them? He is sending graphic stuff recorded in my house. Eventually we learned that it's recorded in the child's mother's house. Some of the things that he has sent to me over time, that he's sending to them.
What?
My jaw's on the floor.
I know it is.
I didn't expect to find this man doing this. I expected women. I had no inklings that this was going to be the thing. And I don't kink shame people. So those things that he might have been interested in, I didn't see it. When we've had conversations in the past, one of my girlfriends went through a similar situation when she found out that her man was DL. And when me and him have conversations about it in the past, he's always like, oh my God, he's gay. Oh my God. Like, he's made it a big thing that he's like, oh my God, he's gay. Now I know why he made it a big thing. Because this is what he was doing in the background to me. And when I go back in the messages, I realize that this has been something that's been going on for a while, and I had no clue. So all those times when he came home late, all those times when he wasn't present when I was putting his daughter to sleep for the night, all those times he went missing and his location was just spinning or whatever, I'm thinking back to all of those times. Everything's starting to like look a little fuzzy, look a little crazy. When you find something like that, you gotta process how to deal. This man has no problem putting his hands on me, so at this point, I need to process how to deal with this. I'm breathing heavy. I'm shaking, and I didn't even know what to do. And I have the footage of when I went through his phone because I didn't even know whether I should record this for my safety or what at this point. I'm not going to share that information though. I'm not going to share some of the things that I found. I'm not. Because that information puts these transgender women at risk, and I'm not in the business of putting someone else at risk in this this instance. I have nothing against transgender women, and I do not want y'all harassing these women.
Respect.
I don't want y'all harassing people because, I mean, I'm looking at my comments already. I'm not going to share it. It's too graphic. The things that he sent them is too graphic. The things that he's saying to them is too graphic. Their addresses are in there. Their meetup spots. You know, it's a lot. And I'm not posting it. I'm not. I'm going to leave that in the vault. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate this without allowing this man to put his hands on me again. And I'm actually going to stop here because I realize I missed an incident too with you guys. One of the reasons that I'm scared of this man is because this man clearly has got some issues, right? Mm-hmm. He starts an argument with me. He's chest bumping me. He's screaming and spitting down in my face. And in an effort to, every time I try to back away from him, he's going forward to chest bump me like I'm a man. And in an effort to put some space between us, I put my hand up in front of my face. I do not touch him. I just put my hand up as a barrier in front of my face because he's spitting, he's screaming at me. And when I put my hand up, he bites me. He bites my hand. My immediate self-defense response is to smack him with that hand that he bit. So now he's like, oh my God, how could you put your hands on me? As if he hasn't been putting his hands on me repeatedly when I have done nothing. I have tried to get away. I've tried to lock myself in bathrooms. I've tried to get in a separate area of the house. He blocks my path. He breaks down doors. Like he's punched holes in doors. So at this point he goes and he's going to grab my gaming laptop. I have like a MSI gaming laptop. Those who know, you know, they're not cheap. He takes my laptop and says he's going to break it. He's taking it because that's where I do my graphic design on. But that's also where I play my Sims. Y'all know Sims, you know, you don't. And I'm like, bro, you didn't pay for that. That was here before you even got here. If you want to leave and you want to take your things, take your things. He's like, nah, I'm going to break yours. So he takes my laptop upstairs and I go to get it because a lot of my business stuff is on there. And I attempt to take the laptop back from him. I'm reaching to grab it back out of his hands, and he starts playing keep away with it. You know, he's putting it behind his back, he's putting it up, and I'm afraid that he's going to drop it and actually break it. There is footage of this. I'm not sharing that either, because what he does next is I see him put his phone down. So I'm thinking if I pick up his phone, he's going to put my laptop down. He doesn't. Well, he does, actually. He puts the laptop down and he lunges as I'm walking away from him. He throws his arm around my neck. He yanks me back into the kitchen, tries to throw me on the floor. I throw the phone away from me in an effort to get the phone away from me so that he will chase after the phone and leave me so that I can exit down the steps very quickly to get to the bedroom to lock the door and lock myself away. Before I can do that, he's angry that I have blown the phone. So he takes the phone, he takes a jacket on the counter. You know how like you had the towels as a kid, you do like this and you like flick them? Mm-hmm. He does that with a jacket and he puts a red mark across my face. He misses my eyes. But you see me in the camera hold my face, get quiet, and walk out the kitchen. I do nothing else. Because at this point I'm stunned that he has hit me again. I shouldn't be stunned, right? Because this is normal. But I am. I walk away and I just exit. And of course he, you know, is the baby, please, I'm sorry. But anyway, this is another incident that happens before I allow him back and I go through his phone. So now I'm going through his phone and I'm like, what do I do? Keep myself safe? I gotta shove this down in the meantime, because if I overreact or I react to this in a negative way, he's definitely gonna harm me. Because my homegirl told me, you cannot expose men when they are DL, because their reactions are so volatile that man's going to kill you. Because he doesn't want the world to know that this is what he's doing behind closed doors. I tell him this is a safe space. You just need to tell me who you are. Is this what you're interested in? I make him comfortable. One, because I don't kink shame and I don't care what you do behind your closed doors, as long as you make your partner aware and your partner is in agreement with it. I was not in agreement with this. I was never given a choice to be in agreement with this because I wasn't told. And I'm thinking about how this affects my health. Because if you're having sex with transgender women and I'm looking on the news and I see that the HIV rate is increasing in this area, I am now concerned for my health. I make the decision in my mind that I'm not having sex with this man anymore. I go get tested. Thankfully that comes back negative. But when you're trying to navigate the thought process on how to deal with someone who is so erratic and so abusive and clearly doesn't care about putting their hands on you, you're trying to think of all the ways that you can stay safe in this manner without alerting this person or making this person come and try to do things to you. Because I even have video in my phone of this man standing in front of my car in the driveway. And I have to attempt to I'm nudging him to get out of the driveway because he won't let me leave. He won't let me leave for work. Then he starts taking out his phone and trying to make it seem like I'm hitting him rapidly with the car. But I have the video from start to finish where he won't let me walk down the driveway. He starts screaming at me. He runs out the house so that I can't get in my own car. He tries to stop me from getting in my own car to leave for work. He is standing in front of it with his, look at what she's doing, look at what she's doing, as if he is not the one trying to hold me hostage in the house. It is exhausting to try to figure out how to navigate not getting your ass beat again with the information that you just found. So I just elect to shove it down, figure it out later, and try to play cool and play normal. Because I'm thinking if I'm able to de-escalate this situation and make him calm down, which I was, I am going to remain safe, and I give myself some space and some time to figure out how to maneuver with the information that I just found. So I did de-escalate once I returned home, because I did leave. So I did return home a couple hours later after thinking, sitting on the water, trying to kind of figure out what to do with this information. And I was able to de-escalate the situation. I was able to get him to calm down. My biggest thing is that you put my health at risk. You broke my trust. And I can't even really let you know how much that bothered me or how much that hurt me, because I don't want you to put your hands on me again. If y'all have seen the other video, you know this was not the last time he puts his hands on me. In Thanksgiving Day, that same year, he ends up kicking a door into my face off the hinges. I have a picture of the door. He literally split the wood on it, kicked it off the hinges. He chokes me in the bathroom up against the wall, with his hands. I end up having a really bad PTSD episode. And because I have this really bad PTSD episode, I attempt to unalive myself. I am not proud of that moment. I am not. That is not something that is a fun memory for me. And of course, immediately when I attempt to that, he calls the cops. He tells them, I'm going to have them take you away. As if you have not created this problem. As if you have not pushed me to this point. And I spend the entire Thanksgiving Day 2025 in a psych ward being evaluated. And when they asked if I'm being abused at home, I lie. I think they knew I was lying because I had called the cops on him one time before. There's record of these 911 calls. I think they knew I was lying, but they couldn't get me to fully admit that I was lying. The doctor evaluates me. The doctors does blood work. They do everything that they need to do. But now I am in this hospital and no one knows where I'm at. He didn't tell my family where I was at. They had to come find me because they could see a location before my phone got turned off. They come sit with me when they finally do find me on Thanksgiving Day. And my parents are distraught. But they don't want to say too much because they don't want to send me into a spiral. And when I get home, this man has gone about his Thanksgiving Day I'm sorry, the cat. This man has gone about his Thanksgiving Day like he did not get me put in a psych ward. He went and had family dinner with his family. He told his family I was crazy and I was in the psych ward, and he don't know how that happened. He told my best friend I just freaked out. My best friend, are you sure this is not like her? Yeah, she just went crazy, bro. And when I got back, he's laid across my king-size bed, having the time of his life. The entire time I've been in the psych ward, he has had my keys, my phones, my wallet, everything. I had nothing but the clothes on my back. This man got me put in the psych ward as a form of punishment. He punished me for reacting and having a big reaction to him choking me and kicking a door into my face. An actual door hit me in the face, and I started spiraling and screaming hysterically and crying. And he thought it was funny. I'm gonna take a second. We're gonna get back to this.
So he has his episodes and he act a fool, and then he goes off and pull the whole no one cares about me, no one loves me, you don't care that I'm mad, you don't care that I'm crying, you don't care that I cut myself, you don't care that I'm bleeding, you don't care. But when his partner has an episode and she's spiraling, she's having an issue, he doesn't care. He's laughing. How does that work? He got her right where he wanted her. And then the fact that when they asked, are you being abused at home? And she denied it, it furthermore shows you he has her exactly where he wants her. And it is so sad that he wants her in that position. Mind you, she taught you how to drive. She helped you get a car. I mean, not financially, but told him the processes and the steps, suggested that he bought his mom car. She's been dealing with all his emotions. She loves his kid, been standing beside him with his kid, helping him with his kid, all of these things. And then he wants to punish her after she feels like she has done all she can and she just can't do it anymore. Mind you, he's done this a couple of times. Okay. He thought enough was enough a couple of times. He made a lot of threats. He took a couple actions, but her first go round of saying, you know what, I can't take this too much longer. I can't take this any longer. He says, I'm going to punish you and I'm going to call those people and they're going to put you up and jokes on you. Y'all let me know down below if you guys have been in a similar situation or know someone in a similar situation and how they got out of it. I believe we have one more part to this. We're going to take an intermission. We're going to all take a break, okay? We will be back with part 3 sooner than you know it. If you like videos from me and you want to see more is to come. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, because right now, King Day is out. Peace. The motherfucking building.
Run it up was up. Yeah, BRISKO, not know when was up. Run that shit, we had all the show. Say that shit for your camera.